So what was you say your most stressful case? The case that you was like, yo, I don't know how we gonna win this, but you won.
I got a bunch of them. There was a shooting of a great kid accused of shooting my client. He was a great football player in this New York City. There was a shooting, and some of it was captured on video, and we got an acquittal in that case. I just got an acquittal last year. Great
What's
case.
the acquittal?
Not guilty.
Oh, okay.
High school basketball coach here in Brooklyn, Paul Robeson, was accused of shooting a parent.
Oh, I know him.
I got that. That was an acquittal.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I know him because I was supposed to go to Paul Robe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I always wondered. I work at P-Tech right now, and I was like, what happened to him?
Yeah, he's around. Yeah, I got him acquitted. He's still on staff. They're paying him. So, but
I saw him, and I was so confused because I'm like, is that
it was
him?
in the papers or the case? You know.
No, but I was so confused. I'm like, that happened in what? That was what?
That was like 4 years ago. 3 years ago.
Wow, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
But I don't. You know what it is? I'm very self-conscious about focusing on the wins. I tend to focus on the losses more than the wins. Like you get most lawyers, they go on social media, the little case they win, they want to take a picture with their client talking about not guilty, blah 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 blah. I'm not self-promoting in that way. I think there's much to teach and much to learn out of the losses.
So what's a case that you lost and you was like, stop playing. You playing around too much. Like, you want to do something, you want to make the money, you want to build wealth because it look cool, but you're not serious because you know what I got, and I got something for you. The Blueprint for Investing, Volume 1, created by me, Aaliyah Duah. It gives you a step-by-step guide on how to get started investing in the stock market. See, if you want to really build wealth, you got to put your money into things that's going to work for you, right? Because the job money cool, but you want to make the money work too, right? So it's going to give you a step-by-step guide, investing tools, the apps to use, everything. And the best part is, I know you don't like to read, so I only made it 28 pages. That's it, right? 28 pages, and you getting yourself some wealth of knowledge. So make sure y'all tune in, get your copy today, and go to financialrevolution.com. Let's get it, y'all. Back to the episode.
Vitaly Ivanitsky, to this day, bothers me.
What happened with that?
Young, right? Well, we were young at the time. We and Vitaly were the same age, but it was a Russian mob trial that me and David Breitbart, a great famous attorney, he was co-counsel. He represented Marat Kravoy. They basically were Russian kids who were hired by the Gambinos as hitmen, and they had 2 bodies. But Vitaly, he didn't do this shit, and they were accused of doing it. He wasn't a shooter on either of them, and they were accused of doing it from when they were teenagers, but they weren't arrested until like 20 years later. So it was what we call a cold case. And I tore that case up, man, and the jury still convicted him. And I never forget the court officers. I never forget one of the jurors, this old white lady. She called the court and she was upset that they had convicted him. And I remember 2 jurors showed up at my office in Dumbo. Well, one of them did, because she was the relative of another client I had who I had gotten acquitted off of a murder case, Green from Brookline. And she apologized, and I always felt bad. Like, I did my best. I didn't feel bad because I felt like I didn't do something. I just know that's not fair.
Yeah. So he's in jail right now.
Yeah. And recently, not recent, but within the last 4 years, Anthony Robinson, I tore that case up, and the jury, they just went the other way. The judge is even like, what? And the judge gave him a minimum on a homicide. So I think those are the 2 cases of recent.
So you have jurors. That's like people who do jury duty.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So you have jurors, and they vote on which way the case goes.
Yes.
So what is the judge just?
The judge is a ruler of the law and sentencing in that environment. The jurors are the triers of fact. They determine what happened.
So
there are some
picks?
searches. A bench trial, the judge is the jury.
So
2 types of trials.
Who picks the jurors?
The lawyers. The clerk of the county sends out summons for jury duty. Those people respond. Whatever courtroom needs a panel, and this is talking about state, whatever judge needs a panel of jurors so they can start a trial, that panel gets brought up, and then the lawyers conduct voir dire, jury selection, where they ask these jurors questions to determine who can be fair and impartial. So that's how you pick a state court jury. How you pick a federal jury is you submit questions to the judge, and then the judge asks questions to the jurors, and then you and your client or your co-counsels or whoever decide which judges. You exercise your strikes for preemptory strikes, meaning you can strike people without giving a reason, or strikes for cause. People say, you know what, I hate black people, or I hate people who are all ugly. You strike them for cause. So that's how juries are selected. That's a short, long and short.
Wow. Okay, we got.